So, we shall begin our course with the introduction to data science and machine learning. We will try to understand what is data science, why data science, when to use data science, and how to use data science. We will discuss few of the generic use cases and try to understand it in the easiest of the easiest ways. Then we will deep dive into each of the use cases. We shall be starting our journey with an introduction to the data science life cycle, and then we will head towards the supervised learning model and also the non-supervised machine learning model. We would ensure that our entire discussion is primarily related to the real-time machine learning industry practices, where we will see few of the aspects like population, sample, types of data, dependent and the independent variables. With the course of time, we shall also cover the aspects of mathematics essential for data science as I mentioned earlier, and we shall be covering topics like linear algebra, calculus, statistics, and probability. So, we will begin with the building blocks of machine learning industry, that is descriptive and the exploratory analysis, where we will see how exploratory research which aims at providing the insights into the data and helps us understanding the problem faced by the researcher. We'll make sure that we'll have a good coverage of descriptive and exploratory analysis during entire our course. Furthermore, we will be covering the visualization aspect, since we know that if you're working for any client or any product-based company, it means the data what you have been given is pretty obvious that you need to analyze the data, and that has to be in the presentable form in front of the client. So we shall be covering very thorough aspects of visualization. We will try to understand how do we represent a single variable graphically. We'll make sure that we will understand the relationship between the multiple variables that we use while representing our data set. We will be going through more than 16 types of visualization charts, which include some of them are our box plots, scatter plots, and the histograms. Furthermore, while we proceed further with our classes, we will be concluding a very important aspect of machine learning, that is univariate analysis, where we will be seeing one of the important topics that is called as central tendency measures. This will be mostly the mathematical aspects which we will be leveraging it in our algorithm section, and then we will be dealing with the frequency distribution, where we will try to understand that in the graph what is the skewness and what is the reason of skewness, and we will also make sure that we go through the spread dispersion measures and we can leverage this one while we are running our algorithms. And then followed by the bivariate analysis, we will see how the two-way frequency table help us to achieve that, where we will be seeing some of the concepts like covariance. We will try to know what is a correlation, how we can understand that what is a positive correlation, what is a negative correlation. We will see that what is a neutral correlation, and in this sections also we will be seeing the graph and we will learn the skewness, like what a particular graph can be left-tailed or the right-tailed, what is the reason of skewness, what is the reason of this abnormality. And then the last one in this aspect we will be discussing the multivariate analysis, where we will be mostly focusing on the scatter plots, the joint plots, volume plots, and the box plots. Since data visualization becomes a very important aspect of any of the machine learning industry, so we will make sure that these concepts we are studying it very thoroughly. And as I told earlier, we will ensure that we will be doing everything as per the machine learning standards, as per the machine learning real projects, so that we are interview ready, we are market ready on daily basis. I shall be sending the interview questions on daily basis so that you can be prepared all the time. And then we will be concluding this data summarization. We will try to understand how we can summarize the data. We will know what is the central tendency. We will understand the measure of disruption. And then we'll also make sure that the dispersion that we will be learning while summarizing the data. We will leverage this in terms of our machine learning algorithm. Followed by the probability distributions. As the entire aspect of machine learning has the backbone of mathematics, we will try to understand that how the normal, uniform and the binomial distribution has a huge coverage in machine learning. We will try to understand how this Poisson distribution ensures our algorithm run in more efficient and the faster way. Followed by the important aspect, we will be covering inferential statistics, and some of the topics that we will be covering in the inferential statistics will be our sampling distribution and the estimates, and the very important one, the Z critical value. This will help us modifying our algorithm in so many sectors in achieving our optimizations also. And we will try to understand what our confidence intervals are, what our confidence level are, and then followed by a very important theorem that is called as central limit theorem. And followed by the course of time, we will be discussing another very important aspect that is called as hypothesis testing. And this testing will ensure we will have a good coverage of the another so many important topics like type 1 error, type 2 error, the confusion matrix, the truth tables, the precision and the recall. In the entire hypothesis testing, we will make sure that how we will be trying to reject a null hypothesis using our alternate hypothesis. We will try to gather enough evidence from the data from the client, from the real data from the client, and we'll make sure that how this hypothesis testing can help us to determine the confusion matrix, the evaluation for our model. Meaning, if I talk about the confusion matrix, it simply means that how confused our model is. Meaning that if we are looking for 90 to 95% accuracy of the model, so it's pretty obvious that the confusion in our model should be very less. And here we will be covering important type of error, that will be our type 1 error and type 2 error. We will see that how this error are dangerous while handling the data sets. And on top of this, we will be also covering the chi-square test, the goodness of the fit or the test for independence. This all we shall be covering in terms of our hypothesis testing. And then followed by the ANOVA and the F value. We'll make sure that we have a good coverage of the F value and the ANOVA that comes in the two flavors, the one-way ANOVA and the two-way ANOVA. And then another important building block of machine learning that we will be heading towards is our machine learning. Now, here we'll make sure that we are understanding each and every concept from scratch to the top, and we will leverage our every concept that we learn on our daily basis to the real-time machine learning projects. Under the regression, we'll try to understand what is the training set, what is the test set. We will leverage the real-time data sets towards linear regression, simple to multiple linear regression. We will be also understanding that how the regression coefficients help us to achieve the intention of our algorithm, where we will see something called as R square and then RMS, that is root mean square error, and obviously the accuracy score, which is the very important evaluation aspect of any of the algorithm, that how accurate our model is. And under another important algorithm, we will be covering logistic regression, where we will see some of the mathematical concepts, the backbone of this logistical regression, the sigmoid function, the log loss, the maximum likelihood, and the curve of ROC and the AUC curve, and followed by our cross validation. So we will be seeing this with an industry-based example, and we shall leverage the data set which is exactly being worked upon in a machine learning real-time industry. And then we shall be going towards a very important algorithm of machine learning, that is k nearest neighbor, and we will make sure that we will be doing this for the regression as well as the classification with a proper example that suits best to our industry, while we will be also dealing with something called as the k-fold here. And followed by those vector machines. Since most of the concepts in the machine learning can be dedicated towards the vector. So we will try to understand that how does the support vectors and the decision boundaries has their coverage in machine learning. And we will be dealing with this theoretical, mathematical and the real-time project, while we will be leveraging all the concepts of the kernel tree decision boundaries, or be it the support vectors. And then we will be talking about a very important algorithm, which is Bayes algorithm, which is based on the Bayes theorem. This is where the probability comes into picture. We will be doing this with a case study with a huge data set which is available online, and I'll make sure that we will be have a good coverage. We'll make sure that we'll have a good coverage of each and every algorithm in terms of real-time industry-based project. And also, as I mentioned earlier, I shall be sending the interview questions on the daily basis so that you are market ready. And then followed by the algorithm called as k-means. We will be seeing the two flavors of the k-means algorithm in terms of regression and also in terms of classification. So when I say classification, I simply means to say that I want to classify something. When I say classify, means it can be 0 or 1, it can be blue or green, it can be yes or no. So when we have something, a prediction in terms of binary, there is classification comes into picture. And then we will be having the most important, the trees, okay, that the entire machine learning industry is blessed with, the random forest and the decision trees. Okay, here we will be discussing very important concept of the Gini index, the information gain, that how the Gini index and the information gains help us to design a decision tree. We shall be leveraging the concept of decision tree in the random forest, and followed by the ensemble methods, which is a very important building block of any of the machine learning model. In ensemble methods, we shall be primarily working on the bagging and the boosting. We'll see that how this algorithm works, and we'll make sure that we'll have a real-time coverage, we'll have a real-time aspects, we have a real-time aspirations for every topic that we discuss. And then we'll make sure that we have also coverage of few more topics, and also the topics on the ad hoc basis, something like overfitting and the underfitting, and we'll also see the what is the variance and what is the variance. We will make sure that any of the aspect which comes from the candidate, okay, be it the ad hoc topic or be it a doubt session, we shall be leveraging that as an entire 1 hour session so that we can have a good coverage of that topic. And then finally, we will be working on the industry-based live projects. The first project that we will be dealing with, it would be Uber dataset analysis project. This project can be used to perform the data visualization on the Uber data, and the data contains 4.5 millions of Uber pickups in the New York City, and this much data needs to be represented beautifully in order to analyze the rides so that the further improvements in the business can be made. So we shall be discussing this real-time project. We shall be starting from scratch and we'll head towards end. We'll make sure that we will be leveraging and deploying this project from end to end. And the second project that we will be discussing is that the customer segmentation using machine learning. This is a technique basically, in which we divide the customer based on their purchase history, gender, age, interest, etc. And it is useful to get the information so that the store can get help in personalized marketing and provide customers with the relevant deals. With the help of this project, companies can run user-specific campaigns and provide user-specific offers rather than broadcasting same offer to all the users. So we shall be dealing with this real-time industry-based projects. And the second one, when I talk about, this is exactly what Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra,